We are here for the case of the defendant, the Hottie, and whether or not he is the hottest man on earth. Defense, are you ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I would like to bring this trial to a swift close with my witness and guilty. Doctor and guilty, please come to the stand.
Thank you, prosecutor. Now, I did a study on all of the women that are around the
Hold it!
Doctor, you would say these ladies that you interviewed were unbiased, correct? I would absolutely say that. So, as I was saying in my testimony...
Objection!
Dr. Am guilty, I find that quite hard to believe, because if you would look in the bottom right-hand corner, you will see that it says that the people that you reviewed for this interview were in fact biased women. What do you have to say to that, Doctor? Well, I would actually have to say that I got this from a source, a very reliable source. I didn't actually do it myself. You have to believe me. Actually, Doctor, I find that statement quite hard to believe as well, because if you would look in the top left, you would see that the source is actually from Google.com. I don't remember the last time Google.com was a reliable source. Now, Your Honor, I would think that this witness is trying to frame me to be the least hottest man on the planet. Yes, I would agree with the defense's assertion. Prosecution, what do you have to say?
Your Honor, the prosecution now arrests.
If that's all, then I find the client, the Hottie, under the crime of being the least hottest man on earth, not guilty. Court is adjourned.
The Hottie game reviews were filmed in front of a live audience.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy the Hottie here, and yes, this is me. This is my face. This is the one and only hottest man on earth, as you just saw in that awesome trial. Demolished that guy. I don't even know who that guy is. Ugly, stupid, hate that guy. Easy win. But today, as you can probably tell by that trial, I'm going to be reviewing Ace Attorney. Should be right there. Should have probably my favorite cover of one of the games. I gotta tell you guys, I kinda binged this game for like a month, and that's kinda why I wasn't really making videos, because I was playing like all the games. So it was definitely a good time, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's get into it.
Alright, so why I really like this game is, well, really the writing, to be honest. The writing is honestly, like, really good. Like, if I had to go and point out one of the best things about this game, it'd probably be the writing and just the fact that the characters all feel so, like, alive. If that makes any sense. All the, like, everyone you, like, meet, the people that you prosecute, that you kind of go against, they all feel very real. All the cases feel really fun, even though they're pretty much all murder cases, and that's why I really like Dual Destinies, because you kind of have, like, one case where you're just talking about, like, a bomb, and that's actually really interesting to me, to have, like, some other thing to talk about. But that was, like, such a good part. And obviously the gameplay, like, when it came to the gameplay, for me at least, considering I played, like, each game in a, like, kind of row, like, I was just playing, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, it was like the investigation parts got pretty boring to me. And I mean, that was kind of inevitable, you know? I mean, you play anything for long enough, it gets boring, but, like, those books are just getting a little boring for me. I enjoyed it when I got to, like, use, like, for example, like, Phoenix has these things called psyche locks, where someone will lie and then, like, little locks will go across the screen, or Apollo Justice has his bracelet and stuff like that. Those made the investigations very interesting, but other than that, they were pretty boring. The actual court scenes were freaking awesome. I had quite a few what I would call pog moments while I was playing by myself, where I would just be sitting there just pogging because a twist happened that I just did not expect, and it was so awesome to me to have that kind of thing happen, because that just made me smile, you know? It was like, oh man, it was so good, especially in Dual Destinies. Oh my god, I was freaking out during that game. But, I mean, that was really good. Of course, I love those parts, but one of the things that really made the game, of course, is the music, because especially the older games, they have great music, no doubt. Like the first 3 games, they're called pursuit themes. Like they'll happen when you kind of catch somebody in a really big lie. Those go so hard. I could listen to those for hours. They're so good. But in the newer games, they're adding in guitars and synths and shit, and it's, oh man, it is so good. I could literally sit there for hours and just listen to that sound, the game soundtrack, because they're all so good. And when you have such a moment where you're freaking going against this douchey prosecutor, depending on which game you're playing, and going against this douchey witness, and you finally figured it out, and it's all kind of piecing together in your mind, oh man, does it feel good when you start hearing like, oh man, it's like the most badass thing. Like it makes being an attorney, which isn't a not necessarily badass job, into just such a cool moment, and you just feel really good. And especially like on the topic of like feeling good and stuff with the newer games, I really liked how there was multiple playable characters, because it was very fun to see not like only Phoenix's perspective, because Phoenix is, as the game implies, an ace attorney. He's the best of the best. He's the one who goes out, he'll pretty much always win. That's his shtick. But being able to see cases from Apollo Justice's perspective, who he's not as much of a noob as another attorney who was at Athena Sykes is, but he's still like not as good, so he's kind of like the middle ground. So it's interesting to see cases from his perspective. And then Athena Sykes, who is another new attorney, she is completely new, and she brings like psychology into the courtroom, I guess. By like, not really psychology, she literally takes out like some freaking like necklace thing that she has and taps on a little computer screen, bing, 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 and just freaking can like see all the emotions that happen during the time of their event, which is freaking cheating. It might as well be cheating, because that's freaking a really good move. But when she has her own cases, we actually play as her, she kind of gives up a little bit easier. She kind of like isn't as experienced. It's obvious the lack of her experience, because she's only 18, kind of similar in like a Francesca von Karma kind of way, where she became a prosecutor at 16, she became an attorney at 18. So she knows her stuff, but she isn't as experienced as Phoenix or Apollo is. And it's interesting to get to see cases from, those perspectives. It's nice to get to see a case where you're not just this professional attorney. And that's why another thing I liked in the third game, where you got to play as Maya Fey, who is Phoenix's kind of mentor, and you get to play as her, and you get to see what it's like kind of as she was kind of a like growing attorney, and I really like that. And I mean, overall, these games are honestly very good games. I would highly recommend that anybody play them if you're really looking for just a fun time, a good story, endearing characters, and overall just like a good time, I really liked it for that. It was just like, it was a good time, it was fun, it was nice to play, with really the only bad things I can think of being the investigations, and something I really didn't mention, but I'll mention it now. There's really not a lot of replay value. Once you've beaten the game, what reason do you have to go back? You don't have unlockables, you don't have anything to revisit. Once you've done everything, there's no reason to go back, and I think that really stinks. I think there's a lot of missed potential there. But other than that, this game, and this game series as a whole, is fantastic. I would highly recommend that anybody with a Switch or a DS pick up the Ace Attorney trilogy. It's on PlayStation and PC now too. I'm not sure about Xbox. I don't have an Xbox. I'm not a big Xbox guy. If you have one of those, get it, play it. I would overall rate this game a play it. I would rate it a play it. It's got good characters, good story, good writing, good music. The only downsides is a little replay value and a kind of bland investigations after a while. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's about the end of my review. What's going on, guys? The Hottie here. Just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know I say this after every video, but I really had fun making it. I mean, honestly, I think this is my best one yet. It was awesome. Not to sound cocky, but, you know, thank you for watching. I had a great time making it, and I really hope you enjoyed. Have a good one, you guys. Bye-bye.